What is up, YouTube? What's up, everybody else? My name's Rookzer. Welcome to another video. Today, we're on Daisy, and we're headed to look at a car. Because the Durango has a blown motor. And I'm driving my mom's truck. It's a 96 Dodge Ram, and it's the transmission is gone. Like, the engine and transmission both, like, the transmission doesn't want to shift ever, and the engine is, well, it dies on me twice on the way to work, and I live 3 miles from where I work. So I'm on my way to look at a beater right now. Like, the car is $400. It's a Buick Century. I don't really care too much for Buicks, but I'll take what I can get at this point. Beggars can't be choosers, and if they, you know, if it's a good enough vehicle, then I'm gonna be in a Buick around. So I've been looking at cars and stuff on Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist. And whenever I go to search for a vehicle, so I've been looking for trucks and SUVs and a manual transmission. If I don't get it, that's fine, no big deal. I just need something to drive. But whenever I go to search, I also have to put in, like, okay, I don't want to spend more than $1,000. So I put max price $1,000. Back in the day, I could leave the minimum price blank, and yeah, I'd be able to, you know, find whatever. But nowadays, I have to put in a minimum of 5. I can't put, you know, 1 or 0 or, you know, 2 or 3. I have to put at least like 5, because all these lazy fucks and people that want exposure on their ads will put 1. Now that's clickbait, and advertising, that's false advertising. And the way I see it, if they're going to be lazy and put $1, they need to sell it for that $1. It does not take but a couple seconds and a little bit of energy, like a little bitty bit of energy, to type in like 1500, and you can even get technical, just a little bit extra, and put .00. It's not hard to fucking add a price to it to make it easier for everybody to search for it, because then you're not getting all these people that can only afford a Kia Rio looking at your fucking Mustang GT or Porsche. And that's the biggest thing. Like, I see all these vehicles, even on Facebook Marketplace, like, they won't even put a price a lot of times, and it'll be free. So I'm halfway tempted to start messaging people and just be like, hey, I'm coming to pick up your vehicle. You got the cash? It says free, so I'm on my way to pick up a free vehicle. And then, like, all these people that put like 1 and you know, 1, 2, 3, like, some people are so fucking lazy that, or actually, this isn't lazy, this is just stupid. They put 1, 2, 3, 4 for the price. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if I had $1,300 or $1,234, if I had that much money, then I would find a vehicle that is worth like $15,000 that they're too stupid to put in an actual price. And I'd be like, okay, here's $1,234. Sign the title over to me. This should be a legal thing. Like, honestly. And make life so much easier. Also, another thing, I mean, if you're going to go ahead and post a vehicle for sale, why don't you at least go through the trouble of listing everything that's wrong with it? Be honest. I mean, you're going to get somebody like me that's going to show up that knows a bit about cars, and I'm going to nickel and dime the shit out of it. I'm going to come up and be like, okay, this is busted, this is wrong, I'm going to have to invest this much in this much in that. Now, I'm not going to deduct all that stuff from the cost of the vehicle, but I'm going to deduct a percentage of it, at least like 20%. So say you got that GMC right there, or an older one. Okay, let's give it an exact vehicle. You have a 94 Chevy Silverado 2500. Now that's the model, the 2500 series of the Chevy Silverados. So it's like a Ford F-250 or a Dodge Ram 2500. So you've got a Chevy Silverado 2500, a 94. Perfect condition. That vehicle is, in this area, going to be worth roughly about $3,500, $4,000, something like that. Or no, and that's perfect condition with like 100,000 miles or something on it, which is extremely low miles because, I mean, it's 2019. So that vehicle is going to be worth roughly $4,000. Now, let's put it in the hands of, say, Billy Joe Jim Bob who lives out in Bullitt County. Nothing against all y'all Bullitt County guys out there, but I mean, y'all are some rednecks. So typically, Billy Joe Jim Bob is going to, there are a lot of vehicles sitting on the side of the road, and I know those are too new to be like broke down. Those are fucking cops. You got Billy Joe Jim Bob that likes his truck and he wants to do some work to it, so he puts exhaust on it. He puts some Flowmasters on it. That's a V8 automatic 4-wheel drive, and he puts some 35-inch tires on it. We'll be nice, we'll say 32-inch tires, and he puts a 1-inch body lift and a 2-inch suspension lift on it. Professionally done. He's got brush guards on it, LED lights all over it, LED bar lights. He's got tow mirrors like that right there, you know, make it look like a big moose. A moosin'! And then, see, there's another one. And then you've got, you know, LED tail lights, LED headlights and marker lights and all that stuff, and fancy wheels and all this fancy stuff to it. Oh, Billy Joe Jim Bob, all of a sudden, and this is not just Billy Joe Jim Bob, this is anybody on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist or anywhere else that's going to see, here's another one. Good Lord. Anybody that's selling a vehicle is going to sit there and take all this stuff. They put $15,000 worth of upgrades on their vehicle. They're going to sit there and try to charge $15,000 more. So they're going to want $19,000 for their 94 Chevy Silverado 2500. And that's bullshit. Now, on average, I mean, they're not actually going to do that, but on average, they're going to try to take their $4,000 truck and they're going to try to get 10 grand out of it, thinking that all these upgrades are going to help it. It doesn't. Your $4,000 truck with all those upgrades might be $4,500. So if you get a vehicle and you start doing all these fancy upgrades and shit, then you need to hang on to that vehicle until you either crash it, total it, or get off your fucking phone. Crash it, total it, or, you know, otherwise you get your uses out of it. Listen. And you know, that doesn't just go with trucks. It goes with cars. It goes with Florida Gators. It goes with motorcycles. It goes with anything that you can upgrade like that. People will try to charge a whole lot more just for the work that they did to it. Now granted, your work is not, I'm not saying your work is worthless and your ideas and concepts on upgrades is worthless. It is worth something. Obviously, it generated interest in your vehicle to where people like me or anybody else would want it. But is it worth the extra $5-6 grand that you want to charge on top of your $4,000 vehicle? No, it's not. So, sorry. If I see a Chevy Cobalt that, you know, Blue Books for $7 grand, and you've got it lowered, slammed with wheels and tires and sound system, tinted windows, and all kind of other random bullshit on it, and you want 11 grand for it, I'm gonna come at you with like 5 grand. You're gonna feel insulted, but it's rightfully so. So that being said, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I can't speed, even though I want to, and I have the ability. The only police force that I want. What the hell? What is that? There's a snaky snake. Okay, let's get an estimate here. Okay, so this is mid to late 90s. Actually, it's late 90s, early 2000s Chevy Silverado Z71. That's roughly a $5,000 truck. Maybe four. Actually, four in the condition it's in, because I guarantee it's got a lot of miles and whatnot. He's probably going to try to sell it for like 8 or 9. My dad used to work for Worldwide Equipment. Well, that was unfortunate. On top of the brakes not working hardly at all, the car didn't want to go anywhere. And it had a lifter tank, which is what I thought I had in the Durango, and then it ended up being a wrist pin. So why risk it? So yeah, I don't want to risk, you know, getting too much of a, you know, beater, because then I'll be in the same boat in the next month or so, and that's not going to give me enough time to really save for a new vehicle. So I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. I need to win one of those giveaways. Man, the interstate is so boring, especially when I know there are cops out here. The police cops make everything boring. They keep it safe, but they make it boring at the same time. Maybe I should have stayed on 64, Jesus.